Welcome to Sociology Vibes, where we simplify challenging ideas into easy to understand insights. Today, our focus is on the explanation of the scientific method. The word science can be intimidating, but to make it less scary, we can think of science as scientists making formal observations to look for patterns. By scientists, we mean researchers in scientific fields such as biology, chemistry, sociology, anthropology, psychology, and other sciences. Really, if you think about it, the scientific method is just a series of steps or a language that all scientists use to communicate when seeking answers to questions. For this reason, the scientific method is sometimes called a research design. The scientific method is simply an objective process for figuring things out. It's a step-by-step approach researchers use to solve problems, answer questions, and test ideas. Using the scientific method, scientists develop theories, which are scientific explanations that help us explain and understand the world around us. Let's first explore a common way that people solve problems using a few common scientific key terms. On your way to work one morning, your car fails to start. You immediately ask yourself, why isn't my car starting? You pop the hood and do some research. You check the battery, your gas gauge, the engine fluids, and you form a hypothesis. I think the battery is dead. And you test your hypothesis by asking a friend to help you jumpstart your car. It works, and you got your answer, and off to work you go. Or you go back to doing some more research and consult with a local mechanic. At some point, you figured out what's wrong and how to fix the issue. Now, when your friends' cars don't start, you share your findings with them. The scientific method is similar to identifying the issue with your car, except the steps to answering questions or solving problems are formal and systematic. This means scientists follow the same steps or procedures regardless of their questions or subject areas. The scientific method or the research design consists of the following. Step 1, identify a topic of study. Step 2, operationalizing, which means defining the actual topic of study. Step 3, conducting a thorough literature review, which means accessing existing research about the topic of study to learn more about your topic. Step 4, formulating a hypothesis is defined as an educated guess. And this educated guess is made after accessing existing research in step number 3. Step number 5, choosing a research method. This means the type of tool you're going to use to collect your research data. Some examples including a survey method, an experiment, fieldwork, etc. Step 6, collect the data using your selected research method. And data, by the way, is just a fancy scientific word that means information. Step 7, analyze the data to find the answer to your question and prove or disprove your hypothesis. And this is done by making measurements to identify patterns, and usually involves the branch of mathematics that we call statistics. And step number 8, share your results and conclusions with the scientific literature and community. So as you could see, trying to figure out why your car doesn't start is somewhat similar to the scientific method. You probably ask yourself many questions and explore solutions in your everyday life. The difference here is that the scientific method systematically follows these specific steps, and research results are shared so that other scientists can critique and replicate them. Research results are constantly questioned and replicated in science until there is widespread consensus before they're accepted as facts or truths. And even then, conflicting theories can add to scientific debates and discussions. For example, in sociology, one such debate is about the interrelationship between social class, race, and ethnicity in determining life chances or opportunities in contemporary American society. While personal experiences, stories that we hear, and cultural ideologies influence our own views and opinions, the scientific method, including the replication of research results, is a way to avoid jumping to conclusions and overcoming biases and prejudicial thinking. In sociology, the scientific method helps researchers study society and human behavior in a structured or systematic, organized manner. By following this process, sociologists gather evidence, test theories to better understand how people interact, why social patterns exist, and how different social factors influence behavior. So, the next time you have a question or problem, imagine yourself as a scientist who systematically follows the scientific method and practices identifying patterns. It's a fun way to approach challenges and search for answers. And this makes sociology worth exploring further, don't you think? Thank you for watching. Be sure to comment below with your thoughts, questions, or any topics you'd like us to explore next. Let's keep the conversation going and our community growing. See you in the next Sociology Vibes video.